0.1 Bitcoin will make you absolutely filthy rich. I started buying at 3K.
You think it'll hit 13 million?
Bro, it'll surpass the market cap of gold. It'll surpass every single market cap, and it'll become the world's reserve currency.
You have an ability to spot trends pretty early as a day trader. What are like 3 indicators you like to use? 2, 3 cryptos that you think are undervalued right now? All right, so I'm here with a very special guest, Shaney Rich. Shaney has gone viral all throughout the internet. You've probably seen him. We're here in Miami Beach, excited to see what his thoughts are on some things. So we'll get right into it. Do you think we've gotten to a point where we're defeated in this trade war, or do you think they won against Trump and they laughed at Trump as an idiot, or do you think Trump actually?
All I know is my Bitcoin keeps going up. As long as my Bitcoin keeps going up, I don't give a f. I want my Bitcoin to keep going up. That's the only one. If I had to tell you guys anything, I've said this for years. You can look back on my old podcast on Rumble that I did years ago, my old Twitter, whatever you want to see. Buy Bitcoin. It'll be $1 million within 10 years, and that's the only one. Every time, every cycle, it's made a new all-time high. Nothing can kill it. No government, no exchange going under, no rug pull. There's never been an asset like it. 21 million hard cap supply. Public companies are buying it. It's the best hedge against inflation. The reason gold is so valuable is because it's a limited supply of quant, but you don't know how much is out there. Somebody could go to Colombia tomorrow and discover 12 million new tons of gold. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You can't make more.
Congress is going to consider 10 billion of the 50 billion of spending that Doge found in this massive, like 8 gazillion billion budget that's been growing to like 80 billion per year. What do you think about all of that? Do you think Elon shouldn't have gotten kicked out, or do you think it undid what Elon did as a trader? Like, what do you think about all this from the financial market standpoint?
I mean, no, I think the financial markets will continue to go up like they do over time, and everything short term is just noise, bro. Just buy and hold, you know, DCA. I put $10 a day into Bitcoin every day. I've been doing it since 2018, and it's definitely paid off. I do the same with ETH, and I do the same with Solana. Those are the 3 main cryptos I own. I never bought a stock, and I never bought anything else, and I never will. I'll keep buying Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana until the day I die.
So, do you own Bitcoin now?
Yeah.
What did you buy it at?
I started buying at 3K.
Wow. So I think today's price is about 106.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if I buy it at 106 or 150. It'll be at $1 million in 10 years. I don't care if I buy it at 3K, 10K. And I've said this throughout the, like when it hit 60, you know, with these ETFs, I mean, I was buying it at 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I said, I don't care if I buy it at 60, 70, or 80, it'll go to 100. Then it went to 100. Now I'm like, okay, I don't care if I'll buy it at 100, 110, or 120. It'll go to 150. I mean, now that we broke that psychological number of 100K, I mean, that sky's the limit, bro. Like, that was the number that everyone just didn't fathom happening. So at that point, $1 million's inevitable.
Do you think Michael Saylor is an idiot for buying so much Bitcoin?
What a fucking genius. What a genius.
Why?
Because, well, you know, his strategy with MicroStrategy originally was before ETFs, right? So in reality, he predicted the market. Because the whole point of MicroStrategy when it came out was so that you could buy MicroStrategy as a way of buying Bitcoin through a stock. Before the ETFs. So what a genius, because now there's ETFs by BlackRock, there's ETFs by Vanguard, there's HODL, there's Van Eck, you know, there's IBTC, but he was first on that. I think he's a genius, bro. Without him, we wouldn't be here. Same with El Salvador and Bukalele. You guys should all join PN and Friends as well. That's what you guys need to do, because they drop gems. I swear to God, I've made so much money in that Discord server. And this is not financial advice, so I'm not guaranteeing that you guys are gonna make money if you join that server, but I can tell you that the advice from Nima and the advice from Pablo and the advice from all the people in that Discord server are going to empower you with the tools and with the knowledge to create wealth in the next generation of the digital economy, because that's what we're headed into. You know, we're in an era where we have influencers that are course gurus, right? Like back in the day, they didn't have social media. So it's like if you want to sell an info product, you know, you're going to a seminar. Nowadays, we have people that are building personal brands as info sellers. We have platforms like WAP. You know, we have people that are making money doing crypto Web3 consulting. We have NFT projects. We have the president of the United States buying $2.5 billion of Bitcoin to hold for his public company. And so if you're not investing in crypto or at least learning about it, you're doing something wrong. That's why I would recommend to join PN and Friends today. That's a good ad. We should run that on paid ads.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I've known Shaney for several years. He's been a supporter of our community that we started in 2021. Next month's actually our 4-year anniversary. We actually met through an Egyptian Muslim guy, Rami. Shout out to Rami. What are like 2, 3 cryptos that you think are undervalued right now?
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Ethereum will be at 7,500 within 2 years. The first week of June, so next week, I don't know if you know this, but the SEC is going to be approving staking on the ETFs, which is really not that public. And it's not a 100% chance, but I mean, we have the most, pro-crypto SEC chair we've ever had, Paul Atkins, who is very likely to approve that. And if you don't think he is, then you're stupid, and you shouldn't even be in the market. So just off that news coming, which isn't priced in because no one's talking about it, I don't know why, but just off of that, ETH will probably, 2x. If not, it'll go up 70%, back around 3,400. Then from there, we'll probably see some more action into the NFTs again. We'll probably see old projects like Bored Ape picking up some steam. Then we'll probably see a new run of meme coins, whether it's going to be on the Solana blockchain or the ETH blockchain, I don't know. We'll probably see a controversial figure like Kanye. Whether you like him or not, he moves markets, so he'll probably launch a coin. And we'll probably have 7,500 ETH within 2 years, And that's what I'd think about, that's probably the most undervalued, but I'd always just recommend buying Bitcoin.
What was the biggest mistake you made as a day trader that you'd recommend to a beginner?
The biggest mistake I think I ever made was selling. I sold a lot of, ADA at $3 to buy a car in 2021. And what I should have done is sell that, put it into stables, and put it into Bitcoin. I should have taken all the money that I made with the gains of every single altcoin, every single meme coin, every single NFT. And instead of buying things like a car or paying for whatever, I should have just let my cash flow business grow, and I should have dumped it all into Bitcoin, and I should have been buying more Bitcoin. If every dollar that I put into advertising, which is about, a couple $100,000 a month right now, if over the past 2 years, if every dollar of that I just put into Bitcoin, I'd have 50 million bucks. That's the biggest mistake, was not buying enough.
How often do you trade now? Or do you just depend on...
I'll hop in some meme coins here and there, but I'm always just decent. I mean, like now it's just a volume game, It's like on the dips, I want to fucking jump in with size, and then, I want to watch it grow and just keep adding to my position.
And then,
I don't watch it though. I'll see alerts from Watcher Guru and stuff on Twitter, but, I'm in, bro. I'm in. I don't care if it dips to 80, bro. I'm praying for that. That last dip to 75 on Liberation Day was amazing.
Yeah, you seem like you have an ability to spot trends pretty early as a day trader. What in general, what are like 3 indicators you like to use?
I mean, the biggest indicators that I like to use, and the number one biggest indicator, is you want to look where no one's looking. So I bought a significant amount of ETH, and you want to buy when the market's fearful. It's those two things in parallel, right? So like Liberation Day, Bill Ackman was crying on Twitter. It's the same guy who was crying at the bottom of COVID, by the way. So when I saw him crying on Twitter, I said, this is the bottom. Everyone is hysterical. So I put, a good chunk of change into Bitcoin at 75K right at the bottom, and ETH at 1,400. And I put more into ETH than I did into Bitcoin, and I actually switched some positions from Doge and a little bit of Pepe and a little bit of Solana at $100, even though now it's, close to 170, which is 70%. But I put it into ETH, which is up 80 or 90. At 1,400, everyone thought ETH was dead, and I tremendously sized up, and honestly, hopefully now I'm break even because I bought so much at 3K like 2 years ago.
Here, how do you manage risk when you're trading in these volatile crypto markets?
Risk is risk, bro. I'm 20,
Yeah.
So being my age, I love risk. Like I'd rather risk everything now while I'm young, while I have the opportunity and the chance, with very low responsibility. I mean, I do have a team and a company, but that's all cash flowing now. So it's like no matter what happens with crypto or my investments, I mean, I never invest more than I'm willing to lose, but I love to risk, especially at a young age, because that's when it really pays off.
Do you own any physical gold?
No, never have and never will. I want Bitcoin.
Okay.
0.1 Bitcoin will make you absolutely filthy rich.
What's the biggest misconception about crypto right now in the United States?
That you can get rich quick. I think that's the biggest problem. Like that era has passed, Like I think we're done with the 20x bull runs and shitters like, Decentraland and like just this fake value of things. You can obviously make money on meme coins, but 99% of it is insider traded, propped up by the same five people that are just gonna pull the rug eventually. It's not a get rich quick thing, bro. It's like instead of it opening up a 401k when you're 17, you start putting $50 a week into Bitcoin. Come back to me in 20 years. I'll be 40. And Bitcoin will be at a couple mil.
You think it'll hit 13 million? I think that's what Michael Saylor is predicting.
Bro, it'll surpass the market cap of gold. It'll surpass every single market cap, and it'll become the world's reserve currency. It's also an easy way for every country to roll out a CBDC as well, which is what everyone wants. I mean, every government wants more control. Why do you think governments are embracing crypto? That's the whole reason. Everything's going to be on chain. We're not going to use credit cards. We're going to use CBDCs. Nothing can stop that. There comes a point you just have to embrace it. You know, like people were like, oh, I don't want to use a phone. I don't want to use technology, 5G, radiation. Bro, you got to accept it. I don't want to use AI. It's confusing. I want to go back to the way it was in the 80s. Well, the kick fucking rocks, bro, because you either evolve with the world or it'll evolve without you. Yeah. You can't hate the play or hate the game. So no matter how much you want it to be the way you want it to be, like, you're not the one pulling those strings. So you don't hate the play or hate the game, you know? Think about how you get in the rooms with Scott Bessent and Howard Lutnick, not what the fuck are they doing? How do you get in those rooms to understand the decisions and get the alpha of what they're doing? Because nothing's going to change no matter what.
Yeah, Scott Bessent is a lot of people don't know. Scott Bessent is an OG in the trading game. He was actually working with George Soros.
Really?
Oh yeah. Scott Bessent was involved when George Soros made that big
when he shorted,
bet.
When he shorted the P.
Yeah. Scott Bessent knows what he's doing.
See, I like talking to you like about this stuff, bro. I don't like the foreign wars and the division there. Let's talk about how to make some fucking money, you know? I like this stuff. The finance, the markets. That's why I haven't been filming content as much, bro. Like, I just don't have that big of a fire in my heart to like be a political activist.
Shaney, thank you for joining, man.
Thank you for having me. Make sure you guys all subscribe, comment, drop a like. Even if you think that we're goofy and funny, I don't care. You boost the algorithm. Tune into Nima every week.